In this lesson, we're going to talk about various graphical editors available in the Linux operating system. So far, you've learned about command line editors that are appropriate to use when you connect to a server via SSH, or when you're using a terminal emulator application. If you're running Linux as a desktop operating system, you also have access to graphical editors. Emacs not only works at the command line, but it also has a graphical mode as well. gedit is the default text editor for the GNOME desktop environment. It's very similar to Notepad. gvim is the graphical version of Vim. kedit is similar to gedit. It's the default editor for the KDE desktop environment. If you are looking for a Microsoft Word replacement, consider AbiWord or LibreOffice. LibreOffice not only includes a word processor, but it's a complete Office suite. It contains a spreadsheet, a database, and presentation software. If you're looking for a source code editor to help in computer programming, look at an editor like Kate. There are other options available like Genie or JEdit or even Sublime Text. This is the CentOS Linux distribution with a GNOME desktop environment. Let's look at the default text editor for GNOME, which is gedit. It's a fairly simple text editor, but it gets the job done. I'll open up a file. Click on Save to save, and we'll go ahead and close out this program. Emacs also has a graphical mode. All the key bindings work like they do in the command line mode, but with a graphical mode, you also have access to a menu and a toolbar. So just like the other text editor, we can open up a file. And like Control E will work to take us to the end of the line, like we were in command line mode. Do File and Save. Let's look at the graphical version of Vim. Again, the keystrokes that work on the command line version of VI also work in the graphical version. Type write to write a file. I'll even exit with Q. LibreOffice is an office suite. Let's look at the text editor first. It's very similar to Microsoft Word. We'll close out this application. Let's look at the spreadsheet program, Calc. There's also presentation software. There are a variety of text editors and word processors for Linux. Emacs and VI both have graphical counterparts. Sometimes you may not have access to a graphical environment, for example, when you're connecting to a server over SSH. In that instance, you have to use a command line editor. However, if you do have access to the Linux desktop and graphical environment, feel free to use a graphical text editor of your choice.